Hey, youth and juniors, welcome to week three drills for mini youth, no, youth and juniors. Gonna start with pot passes like before. Then we're gonna do a game called Link Tag. So Link Tag is what I've drawn right here. So it's pairs of athletes in a circle, but they're in partners, and each partnership is linked elbows. So these two people are linked with elbows. These two people are linked with elbows. These two people are linked with elbows. Blah 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 blah. But then there is always a chase and a rabbit, or a tag, an it and a not it. I'm not sure what the language is, but um, the person who is getting chased, um, is their job is to not get tagged, and one of the ways they can do that is by linking up and elbows with somebody. And so when this person links elbows, it springs off this person who now has to run and avoid getting tagged. And they can just run around, and get to use each other as picks, kind of. They get to be dynamic and active. It's quite a fun drill if you get it going. Um, so the big mechanism is that if someone comes along and links elbows, that shoots this other person off on the other side. Okay. If you get tagged, you can immediately tag back the other person. So it's a continuous tag and chase drill. It is lots of fun. I would say works best with 5 or 6 pairs of people. If you're doing 3 pairs, it doesn't work. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pairs, depending on how many people are showing up. That would be 2 groups of 8. Is probably the most likely one. That's pretty tight. I would, yeah, maybe one big group and just try to get people into it. If you can get them buying in quickly, then it goes faster and everyone gets a lot of good running reps and change of direction stuff. So that's link tag. The next drill is called Defend Your Turf. That's this one right here. So coaches are going to set up 2 boxes. They're about 2 by 2, and I'd put them about 10 yards apart, 10 meters apart. You've got offense, who's the X, and defense, who's the line. You've also got a thrower with a disc and a mark. This person's obviously not moving. The defender is and is active. This person is trying to catch the disc into either box. So they're going to shuffle, they're going to move, and try to beat their defender. And then this person is trying to throw it to either side, whichever that person gets open. So this person is normally active, this person is reactive. And this is a great time after a couple minutes of it to teach them about what a force is and how a force can take away kind of one space on the field, and this defender can take away the other side, and so that they need to trust each other to do that. So I would say give each person 3 offensive reps. That's the number 3. 3 offensive reps, and then switch out the O and the D. So this, after 3 reps, both people will be tired, and then the thrower and defender become the attacker and defender, and then a new thrower and mark come in. Okay, keep it up. You should be able to set up. I would say you probably want 3 pairs per set of boxes. So you're probably going to need to set up a pair of boxes, a pair of boxes, and then at least one more pair of boxes, all with um, cutter defender, thrower defender, and then a pair that's out of the drill. So that's defend your turf, because the defender is defending their turf. The last drill is called crossfield hucks. That's this one over here. So with crossfield hucks, you've got a line of athletes that each have a disc. Okay, there's one cone here, and you've got one person start on the left side. So the first person in line is going to run to the cone, cut 90 degrees, and they're going to look over their shoulder and get a throw from the second person in line. As soon as they get that disc, they're going to shoot it deep and across the field, thus crossfield hucks. Okay, then this person, of course, goes to get it. They cycle back into the drill, and the person who was second in line is now first. They're going to cut the opposite way. They're going to catch a disc, and they're going to shoot across the field to this person. So it is a continuous drill, you will always be going, throw to one side, cut to the other, and then go deep. Okay? That is the cycle of an individual person. Where this drill always breaks down is people make this cut, they throw this disc, and they're like, peace, and they just walk this way. So as a coach, you'll need to cue them that as soon as they throw, they need to start looking to go deep. Okay? The other place this breaks down is that the people in line are not ready to make their throws. So that's the other point. If it was me running this drill, I'm going to be standing right here as the coach. I'm going to be directing traffic so they know how to go right and left. And I'm going to be making sure that they go deep. So that's crossfield hucks. It should be basically a steady stream of deep shots. So I would have one person here and then hopefully another coach in the deeper space, reminding deep cutters to go and giving feedback about hucks. So you should be reading what the completion rate is and seeing if it's probably low, in which case tell athletes to find, everybody works towards the middle of the field to catch discs and keep the distance shorter if you don't have a lot of strong throwers. So youth 1, you're going to have trouble with this, probably because it's the youngest group and they will struggle to do this part even here. If you can keep the cue words consistent, throw, cut, throw, go, and keep the pacing up, then you will end up having success. It'll feel ugly at the start, but it's all about the volume of reps. So you should be able to run people through this drill a number of times, because you just got to keep it moving. But it is fun. It's exhausting. It's a lot of work. It's a good one. And so your last drill is scrimmage. So that's it. Thanks, y'all.